From the New York Post, Antifa groups designated foreign terror organizations for first time. This is massive. The Trump administration formally designated 4 violent left-wing groups based in Europe as foreign terrorist organizations as part of a broad crackdown on extremism. State Department announced the intended designation on Thursday, saying the Antifa groups, Antifa Ost, International Revolutionary Front, Armed Proletariat Justice, and Revolutionary Class Self-Defense, use force against those they identify as opponents of their Marxist and anarchist projects. The thugs from Germany, Italy, and Greece have carried out dozens of attacks in Europe over recent years, including assaults, bombings of government buildings, and shootings. Holy smokes. State Department is committed to identifying and dismantling these terror networks that conspire to ruthlessly suppress the will of the people and violently undermine the very foundations of the United States and Western civilization. The designation will also bar the radicals from accessing the U.S. financial system and prosecute those that support them. Antifa Ost is based in Germany. They go on to describe many of these groups, but it's Germany, it's Italy, it's Greece. And the reason why this play is so big, it's not about these specific groups in Europe. It's that American Antifa organize with these people.
Yep.
And that means they're going to start going into the finances and communications, get FISA warrants for these groups, and it's going to expose individuals in the United States, link them to these foreign terrorist groups, and it's going to then be a cascade against many of these far-left extremists. I think that's the play. I don't know why they would be doing it so slowly. Maybe they have to announce this because if they want to get these warrants, FISA warrants or otherwise, it has to have this public declaration from the State Department. I wonder if they could do it quietly. But what say all of you? Good, bad, otherwise?
Honestly, I'm for the. I'm kind of. If I had to pick one, I would say I'm for. I just don't know the legal precedent of just saying, now this group is not terrorism.
This is exactly what I voted for. Right. These people are terrorists. Mm-hmm. Their intent is terrorism. If you, Tim, if you want, I put a video that Andy No posted in the Slack, and this is emblematic of what they do, right? And this is Europe in particular. This one in particular is Europe, and they're just come up behind this guy with hammers and smash him in the head.
Whoa.
And start beating the ever-losing.
Can we? I don't know if we can show this.
It's brutal. Yeah, maybe not. But look,
I'll play it until he strikes. So this is, they're called Hammer Band. Before we get started, we got a great sponsor. It is Beam Dream. Head over to shopbeam.com, my friends, /Tim Pool and pick up your Beam Dream, your nighttime sleep blend. Helps you sleep better. I drink this stuff every night. I swear by it. It is delicious. It's got melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine. It is fantastic. And right now, you will get their early Black Friday sale, 50% off. I really do think it's fantastic, and this is legit. I do drink it every single night. My sleep improved. I didn't even know it could improve, and now for the past several months, I've been having consistently good sleep, and you guys know that I recently had a baby, so that's pretty impressive. Good stuff, Beam Dream. And they hammer attack people. Here's the video.
Oh, 20 years in prison.
Yeah, and
took it to the guy's head.
You don't see it in this, but there's probably 10 of them, maybe 15 of them, maybe 10 of them that come after him. They beat him to the ground, and then they mace him when they leave.
Well, that's conspiracy then if there's multiple.
Well,
so
I mean,
40 years in prison.
But the point is, these people are terrorists, and you can't treat them like with kid gloves. Now, granted, in the U.S., you don't get that kind of stuff, largely because we're an armed population. But in Europe, they're not. And the way that these Antifa terrorists are acting in Europe, like Tim said, they work with people in the U.S. They communicate with people in the U.S. There are people like Tim has mentioned before that they call tourists that go from one protest to another protest. These people need to be treated like the terrorists they are. They need to be locked up for as long as we possibly can, because the point of Antifa, unquestionably, is to degrade the social fabric of the U.S. They want to see the United States fall apart. They're literal anarchist communists.
So I actually think this muddies the waters. Rudy Giuliani told us when I was doing Mafia States of America with Valuetainment back in the day, we interviewed him, and he made the argument 4 years ago that this was a cut and dry RICO case, that this was organized, this was financed, and if you throw one Antifa thug, like you're saying, in prison for disorderly conduct or, taking the pallets of bricks that magically appeared everywhere and throwing it through a window, okay, they're out in a month and they're probably getting paid to go to another protest. But if you take that disorderly conduct and you use it as precedent to run it up the line for who paid for them to be there, who got their plane ticket, who bought their food, food, and you get all the way up to the top of the organizer. That's how they broke the mob. I grew up in New York and New Jersey, and Rudy Giuliani used RICO to break the mob. And there's no reason that they shouldn't have been doing this for years here with Antifa, with Black Lives Matter, with these I'd go after Justice Democrats. I think Saikat Chakrabarti is the most dangerous man in the world.
DSA.
So that being said,
we're going to find all those connections. That's what's going to be really interesting. It's not just about Antifa. What happens when a foreign terrorist organization, they find communications between DSA members? Because this is the overlap. These people who are likely involved in democratic socialists are going out as Antifa later, and they're organizing internationally. I'd be willing to bet it's going to turn out the people they end up arresting or investigating in the United States are going to be Democrats. DSA Democrats, young people.
Well, the aspect of it that I'm a little concerned with is the randos that are like, yeah, I hate fascism. I'll go march one day.
But those people
care.
are not going to have communications with Antifa Europe. Yeah. It's going to be the organizers that they're going after.
To your point, I was just at the No Kings protest and doing our little comedy thing, and 99%, it's a social event for these folks. They're just showing up there, having a good time, yay for our side. But then there's very clear organizers that are directing people, that are handing things out, that are well funded. And that's what this comes down to. You have to, the only way you're going to defeat this and be a counter-revolutionary is you got to get rid of their funding, their financing. As soon as the money spigot turns off, this professional protester class goes away. This is their job.
And Ian, to your point, right? The people that oftentimes engage in the low-level street violence are people that don't have significant connections or whatever. They're the people that they're the people that are there because they're there for the violence, or they're there for the party, or they're there for whatever. And the reason they engage in these activities is because they don't have anything to lose. The organizers will go and they will incite stuff, right? The people that actually have connections with the upper echelons or whatever, however you want to frame it. But the people that are actually on the street throwing bricks, the people that are actually on the street lighting fires, they're people that don't have a whole lot going on in their life. That's part of why they actually will do this stuff, is they don't have a lot to lose. If you've got kids and a family or a job or some kind of public something recognizable by the public, you don't want to do this kind of stuff. You don't want to go and throw bricks through windows because you have something to lose.
At the No Kings, it was shocking how much of like a social event this was.
Yeah.
Like this is their friends. They're there we're part of, hey, good to see you again. This was their tailgate.
People don't remember this a lot, but that was a lot of the riots that were going on during Black Lives Matter. The people that were getting together at night were different people than were at the protests during the day. Because during the day you have the people that are protesting peacefully. At night you have basically the people that have little to lose.
The action front.
You have like the people that went after Rittenhouse in Kenosha. They were people like, Rosenbaum didn't have some kind of deep ideological bent. He was there looking to get into fights with people because he didn't have crap going on in his life.
Did you guys see that youth unemployment right now is around 10%?
That's insane.
Record high. Yeah, I just want to say that we need to treat the root causes, and I think this move is signaling that instead of treating symptoms, which is going after people who have no money, no status, and they're just there as pawns.
Yeah,
I think that's a great move on that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a great point. You pick those people up if you catch them doing something wrong. But I think your point about the RICO using this RICO case is exactly right.
DeVory and I were talking about this before. Part of it is messaging too, right? Like you just said, 10% youth unemployment. So
9.4, I think.
So what is the message to conserve? Like what are you telling a 24-year-old in New York that you should conserve?
Indian laborers and Chinese students.
So there you go, right? And I, look, if it were up to me, we wouldn't be paying for any of this stuff. But it's a very hard sell to have people who grew up watching for 20 years of their life, trillions of dollars be spent on killing people in the Middle East, to then say, oh, look, we don't have any money for healthcare. That's a tough sell. It's a tough sell when you're seeing all of this money go overseas, Ukraine, Israel, wherever, and say, yeah, hey, sorry your kid has cancer, but, them's be the breaks. That's a tough message. That's a tough thing. When, hey, sorry, you went to college and that job doesn't exist anymore and you'll never own a house, but, don't vote for change. Tough message.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
Tim, you've been saying something recently, which is we need to understand the enemy. So this whole Antifa thing needs to get snuffed out immediately and needs to be met with brute force, because if not, and his presidency will end, 3 years from now, what's going to happen then?
We got the midterms in a year, man.
Like, if they don't address it now, what will happen then?
Well, there's going to be more assassinations. I think the big challenge we have is the right has just shattered since Charlie Kirk's killing. Yeah. It's just completely shattered.
It's like a problem and an opportunity because there's not a lot of leadership. So
Opportunity for the left.
Even
or an opportunity for someone on the right to step up.
Even with Charlie Kirk, did you ever think the right had the will to see something like this through to the end?
What do you mean? Like,
okay, let's say that this they're gonna move to now take this to indictments. They're gonna move to now take this to RICO. Are they gonna have the will to actually see it through to the end?
No. I think what's happening right now, the pollster, the only pollsters that matter, you've got Rasmussen and you've got Rich Barris, are talking about how Gen Z is basically they're done.
They're done. Yeah.
Trump has abandoned them. Mm-hmm. Trump's basically saying, I surrender with this H-1B stuff. So they're going to look at this and they're going to be like, okay, there's nothing for us on the right now. Trump's not, he's off message. And again, this is all following the death of Charlie Kirk. The right is off balance, and the presumption is they're not going to do anything. You've got a guy threw a sandwich at a Fed, which at the bare minimum is a conviction on a slap on the wrist of some sort. Nah, free to go. So even if they do charge these people and bring them before courts, liberals are going to be like, nah, they're good. And they're gonna acquit them even if it does happen. These mortgage fraud cases, is that the best they can do? Mm-hmm. Really? Okay, whatever, I guess. When Trump came out and said there's no talent in this country, he really, really damaged the coalition. But I got to be honest, as we're mentioning earlier, this news on Antifa broke yesterday, but all of the feed was dominated by talk of Candace, Ben Shapiro, Megyn Kelly. And Israel is more important because these people who are just absolutely retarded online have, I'll put it like this. I think the Israel conversation is the perfect opportunity to dismantle and destroy the right coalition because it's an issue that regular Americans don't know or care about. You talk to your average person on the street, they're going to be like, yeah, I guess I like Israel, whatever. Some are going to be like, no, I don't care for them or what they do. But if you go to them and ask them, what's the most important thing to you right now? Gen Z is going to say, I have no money. They're going to say, I'm buying food on credit card debt. I can't get an apartment. I can't find a job. I can't buy a car. And what do you find when you go online to the top personnels and pundits? True crime drama nonsense. And Trump is doing interviews where he's like, you don't matter. We give up. So it's just very, very demoralizing. I think the expectation is going to be all of these are all grains of sand, or they're all snowflakes in the avalanche. We said maybe when it gets colder out, there's going to be bigger moves against Antifa. Okay, this is a start. There's going to be bigger moves on immigration. Maybe we'll see. But come on, 500,000 deportations out of 11 million on the low end? You're never going to get it done. So it all seems like we're in an avalanche, and Trump's not even promising to climb back up. He's saying, let's just ride it down.
Well, he's been America first. He got elected for America first, and whether it's true or not, the optics are he has not been an American first president for the first year here. He's been focused on international things that, to your point, if I'm a 22-year-old and I can't pay my bills, what the hell do I care about Ukraine, Israel, Palestine? Yep. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I could help you, Trump, and I know you listen to this, and maybe with your massive audience you can help get this out. But he should, and I know we said this earlier, he should go all in on student loan forgiveness and say it's not going to come out of any taxpayers. It is a consumer protection issue. And just like lemon laws, when a corporation, when Chevy sells you a bad car, you can bring it back and get your money back. They should be able to take their degrees, return the degree, and have the colleges be liable for that. Go after the endowments that are the war chest for this far left-wing extremism. Harvard University's $55 billion endowment is the war chest. It's the epicenter for this entire woke mind virus that has infected the West. And you could do three things. One, you could show the youth that you're fighting for them. You could break the shackles of indentured servitude that we've had on 3 generations now. And 3, you could force the Democrats to have to defend student loans.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.